All right.
Hi, I'm Amy Maschue, and I am here today to just share my birth story of my 2 home births that I've had with Karen at St. Raymonds Home Birthing. Karen is my sister-in-law and was with me for 5 kids total. The first 3, she was with me at the birth center here, Bethany Birth Center used to be, and was a wonderful help to me and my husband in those births. And when the birth center closed and I was pregnant with my 4th baby, I finally felt ready to have a home birth. And for me, that was a really big decision to kind of come to. I felt really comfortable with kind of the signs of labor. I knew I wanted a water birth, and it just was not available in the hospitals. They would let you labor in the water, but you had to get out of the tub. And having been pregnant 3 times prior to that, I knew that I didn't want to like hurl my whale of a body out of the tub at that last minute. And so it was an exciting and a little scary at first to kind of think about, okay, this is going to happen. This is really going to be at home. We were really prepared. My daughter, Jillian, we knew she was a girl, and she decided to be a little bit of a stinker and try to be heads up for quite a while. And thankfully, Karen, because she has that 20 years of labor and delivery, and because she is so studious about the prenatals, really knew Jillian. I knew in the way that she would feel Jillian, that she knew where Jilly was. She knew kind of how to coax her where she needed to be. So we did a couple special activities kind of helping Jillian learn where she needed to go. And thankfully, about a week before her due date, Jillian decided to stay head down. Right before Jillian, my 3rd child had been a big baby. And I was really thinking to myself, okay, is this going to be another big baby? And Karen kept assuring me she's kind of like a carny. She can feel the baby and she can judge weight. She said, oh no, this is a 7-pounder. This is a 7-pounder. And thankfully she was right, 7 pounds, 11 ounces. And I was due November 1st. And I thought, surely this is my 4th child. I'm gonna get to go early. November 1st came and went. Well, my older daughter has a birthday November 4th. And so November 4th was a Sunday. We were having my family and my husband Phil's family over for dinner to celebrate. And I had made spaghetti and soup, and my mom had made a big cake. And earlier in the day, I had kind of felt a little discomfort in my back. So I decided to take a bath. That shut everything down, and I thought, okay, we'll have this birthday party. I'm not even going to think about, the baby's not going to come tonight. Well, everybody was eating spaghetti, and I felt like I needed to sit down. My feet were tired, that kind of thing. So I was sitting there eating some spaghetti, talking to our family, and my mother-in-law said, Amy, every 5 minutes or so, you're kind of making an odd face or kind of looking off into space, which I didn't realize I was doing. So I started to pay attention, and I realized that I was kind of getting some contractions about every 5 minutes. Well, within about 30 minutes of time, I could tell that these contractions were actually getting stronger and that they were getting closer. And so I told Karen, and Karen said, okay, well, you tend to have fast labors. Let's kind of watch this. So she was just watching me, observing me. Well, real quickly, they got more intense. And so I told my husband to cut the cake. And we hurriedly opened the presents. My mom wrote down what Annie had gotten so we could write thank you notes. And we were literally kicking people out of the door with cake because I was in active labor at that point and was ready to have the baby. So everybody left. We went into our bathroom, and I'm blessed with a nice big tub. The lights were low. Karen was there, my husband was there, Karen's assistant Tanya was there, and it was a short, intense, but really wonderful birth. I couldn't have asked for a more blessed experience. With my 5th baby, Maeve, I knew for sure I wanted to have that same type of experience. And she was going to be a March baby, and of course she was overdue again. And March the 6th, I was 5 days overdue, and it was a Saturday morning. I went to a Bible study that I go to in the morning. And I just left that and I thought, we got to get this going today. I got to get the kids to school on Monday, and I had all these things going in my head. And I called Karen and said, you know, could we do anything to try to get this to happen today? And Karen said, well, how about this? Have some lunch, relax, get things together. I'll come over after lunch and we'll see where you're at, and we'll see what we're going to do from there. And she came over and we decided, let's go on a walk and get that baby's head down where she needs to be, because she was still a little high. I went on a walk, slow, slow walking, and made it a little 2-mile area around my house, and came back, and nothing much was going on. And so Karen just suggested, let's just kind of hang out, wait and see. Well, things progressively got quicker and quicker, and I stayed home while Karen and my husband and the older 4 kids went out to dinner. They came back and we were getting ready for bed when all of a sudden my contractions went from irregular 13 to 15 minutes to 4 minutes apart in about a 20-minute period of time. And so I looked at my husband and Karen and said, yep, I think these ones might be real. And Karen looked at me and knows me well enough to know that they were for sure real, and had Phil get the kids in bed. Called my sisters who were going to be there to watch the birth, and within less than an hour, Maeve arrived in bag and all, and she was perfect, just perfect. So I'm very thankful for all the help that Karen has given me with the 5 births, particularly the last 2, and I know that she's always praying for me, she's always praying for my baby, and that we are in the best hands that we can be in. So thank you, Karen.